Gemini. Welcome to your reading. It's my pleasure to read for you, as you already know, and you don't have to have any significant Gemini placements in your field for this reading to resonate with you and be for you, and you don't have to be watching at the time that this video is made for the messages to be for you as well. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. Just click the link, boop, for my Etsy page and you'll find me. There I am. All right, let's jump right in. Right away, I laughed because I had a little bit of a circus act here, like shortly before I pressed play. It's so crazy. And it's your energy. Your energy is like all over the place. Now, what I'm getting here is immediately I was hit with this energy of, and I'm just using the most correct and appropriate term to match the energetic frequency that I'm getting, because it's just interpreting energy, right? But superficial is the word here. I know some of you who've had experiences with Geminis are like, and some of you who are Geminis are like, what? But you gotta keep it 100, right? There's a little bit of a superficiality that goes on sometimes there, and that how that plays out in your field, it could be anything. It could be about being a jack of all trades, master of none. It could be about knowing a lot of small talk and being really good at small talk but not really getting deeper sometimes. It could be referring to like I was just about to say, alighting. It's interesting. The card was just there. Where did it go? It was a cute little, anyway, it's gone. I just literally, what did I do with it? Anyway, it was a cute little, I think it was the Empress card or something, and there was a little butterfly and the little seal was looking at it, alighting on topics, and then whoop, and then coming back, and then whoop, and then coming back. So that repeated coming back, all sorts of things. But Spirit is saying, now we've got your eye. It's like, finally we've getting your attention is kind of what's going there. So what I was feeling was this up and down kind of stuff. So if this message is for you, again, you don't have to have any significant Gemini placements at all. But I do want you to know that as I'm feeling into your energy field, you feel very, there's a sense of weakness in the upper, okay. They're saying the upper chakras as well. You know, we're talking about the crown, we're talking about the eye. Speaking of the eye, look, yeah, maybe you've been distracted. I'm seeing like a little baby, a cute baby, and then we're like, or like a cat, and we're like waving something in front of it, and it's like, getting distracted with all sorts of stuff. But you need to get focused. And I was going to say, so they said the upper chakras, God bless, and I was going to say, what is it? Oh, feels in my heart. It feels so, I can't even talk right now. I feel so weak like this, so weak. And some of you, this is very specific, somebody here may be doing mushrooms, okay? If that's you, stop it. Okay? If that's you, just, I'm not saying they're saying everybody who does mushies, stop. But if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, that might be me, yeah, it's probably you. And the message at 3 minutes, 33 seconds is to stop it. Stop it. Because you're introducing, they're saying, elements into your field that are keeping you completely unclear. You're unclear. And look at how my hands are like arresting themselves right here. I want to move these hands because I can't seem to get to read the cards. So the point is that there are chemical structures in your field as well as in the body. Remember, you do have energy anatomy in the non-physical fields that correspond to and that direct the the physical body. So we do need things like anesthesia. Thank you, God. Thank you for that invention. Thank you, right? That technology of anesthesia. However, boy, does it wreak havoc in the body. You can see anesthesia in the energetic field for years afterward, just to give you an idea, right? So when we are injecting and interjecting, as I'm saying that, I'm feeling some of you, your crowns are opening up. There's some clarity coming in, which is great. And now the energy is flowing a little bit more this way. So where we were just like this, I feel like this is opened up. But this is still kind of, And this is interesting because look how the cards are pointing that way. We need to get to these cards. How can we get here if this whole side is shut down, right? So anyway, this is a PSA. Just say no. Don't say yes, right? For mushroom usage. If this reading is for you, then that is for you. For another person, maybe that is mushrooms are playing a different energy or a different purpose in their field, but I just want to let you know that these things do interrupt your energetic patterns, okay? And it's not the only drug that does that, regardless of how socially accepted something is or how, the effect it has on us and what we can produce. And, we just have to, what's the word? Negotiate these energies as we go along, balancing our motivations, and that goes deeply. What's your motivation? A lot of times we say one thing is what we're being motivated by in order to do certain things, imbibe certain things. But actually, when we do shadow work, we understand that it's not about this at all. It's about something that makes you not an ideal candidate for this kind of energy, this kind of substance, because you're not coming from the right place for it, right? Now, however you want to spin that, if you want to spin some type of thing like, oh, well, you're not respecting the plant and going in alignment with the usage, you can do that as well. Or you can just be as clinical about it and like, hey, we're looking at your energetic field and we're seeing that this is not a vibrational match to what it is that's in your health and well-being. So we're going to ask you to take this substance out of your field. For some people, it's mushrooms. For some people, it's watching certain shows. For some people, it's being around certain people's energy fields. So you have to understand that's the clinical part. Apples and tomatoes, what are we doing, right? And so that's kind of just where it is. And so you can sugarcoat these and wrap it in discourse, and you can spin it with the marketing, and you could put the social, licensing and the social acceptance and the mainstream media and when the familiarity, like, oh, my whole family does this, and even your accolades, like, oh, I'm a trained this person and I understand it. Wipe it away. Because if you're watching this video and you are who this message about mushrooms is for, take the message and move forward in however you choose to do it. But watch the story making. All right. So anyway, and we're just going to pull back a little bit from that. So that's for some of you, that kind of energy that's coming in. Another thing is that they're saying, and again, I just want to repeat, this doesn't have to be just for Gemini placements. You just understand that this is a collective reading, and if it's for you, then boom. So as I always say, I encourage you to check out the other readings as well without paying any specific mind to what sign is being promoted there. What's this? Oh, didn't want to come out. I just got the words DJ there for somebody. Okay. For somebody here, they're saying food is like a drug as well. Oh, that's interesting. Because mushrooms are also food. Okay. So they're just addressing some of you, whoever is still in kind of like a defensive mode, right? So watch the defensiveness as well, because that's just extra drama, right? So take the information in, consider it, and watch the reaction, the gut reaction. Because sometimes we are we always have a gut reaction because of the beliefs and the energetic structures, including the shadow energies underneath there in the field that are making you have that gut reaction. So sometimes people will be like, this is natural medicine, this is that, this is natural, this not natural, we eat blah blah blah. People have been doing it they're just like, stop. So whoever this is for, very specific, you gotta hit me up, because I'm just so curious. I just give the message, and usually people just DM me after like, oh, that was for me. But a lot of times more than one person will come about the same message, and it's very, very so interesting how that translates differently in their lives. But it's just lovely. Anyway, so they're saying to watch the narrative, because the natural thing, the accepted thing, the supposedly credible thing will have you doing the thing that is not in your highest interest for an entire lifetime. And I'm trying to catch how this is say. It hardens and crystallizes within your field 10 minutes, 10 seconds. What is it that is hardening and crystallizing? Your belief. So having an ideological flexibility, meaning having soft edges around your beliefs, which translates into being open-minded, which can be aided by curiosity, which can be aided by learning how to take feedback, which can be aided in understanding that constructive criticism can be a good thing, which can be aided by understanding that all things are ephemeral. So whatever you ideologically need to give yourself the gift of ideological flexibility, do it. Because some of you are so strong in your defense of certain things that you're doing, even though your spirit team is using much of the reading to say, no, it's not for you. 11 minutes, 11 seconds. It could be for Todd at this point in Todd's life, or it was at that point in Todd's life, but for you, it doesn't apply, and you shouldn't be following Todd 11 minutes, 22 seconds. And on top of that, you're saying that you're following Todd and you think that you're reading this book and that book says this is good for you, but we're looking in here into your specific energy field, and it's very clear that you are using this, whatever it is, in this case they're very much specifically talking about mushrooms, you're using it to cope with a trauma that initiated in whatever lifetime and that was fed around age 3 in this lifetime and hardened a belief that you're now holding at your core level that you don't deserve anything. And then you had these experiences as you grew up. You never looked at this pain, and so it just bubbled to the surface and manifested 12 minutes, 12 seconds as you getting into this substance. And now you've read books, you've spoken to experts, you've looked at all these things, you've looked at the chemical trials and blah, 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 blah. They're like blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, no means no. It's not for you. Stop. And it's very strong of a message that's coming through here. So I'm going to say thank you to whoever's guides are coming through for this. They're bringing up a very specific point for maybe quite a few people here, but what I would like to say is what they're exemplifying for us is a major point of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is asking you to step back, boop, from false collective ideology. Now, it's interesting because Aquarius is all about community. It's all about the group. It's all about doing what's best. But you have to understand that it can only be balanced with an understanding of self. So if you are just going blindly by what you think you know, by who said this, by who said that, how are you benefiting yourself? You must be into yourself first, meaning get down to your 0 point. Understand who you are. Look at how you're being. Practice to self-love. Understand that you are unique. Aquarians are unique. And from their place of uniqueness, it gives them the gift of being able to see outside of the machine, outside of the community, outside of mainstream, outside of the collective. This is all discourse. Whatever you want to say, semantics, it's just going to, whatever words you use is going to just reflect your beliefs. The point is, you have to understand the self. The age of Aquarius is tasking you with becoming unique and understanding that you are only responsible for you, and you must be unique in that understanding. And once you understand that, you understand that what is for you is not necessarily for everybody else. And that's the same for everybody else as it relates to you. And when everyone starts to get into their field, understand their energy, understand who they are, what makes their body tick, what makes their mental level of the field tick, their energetic level, what works for them in alignment with their past lifetimes, with their soul's curriculum, then we all stand a chance of creating a very strong community of individuals who are coming as sovereign beings to work together. So anyway, so that's what they're saying. I'm going to go here so we can fit this on YouTube. Bye. On Instagram. Bye.